What's up, everybody? It's Elias from Crazy Town. I'm here with your girl, Erin. Check out the Viz Show Podcast. Yeah, music is totally about your goals with what you feel inside your heart you want to accomplish with it and do with it. And as long as you're having fun and makes you happy, that's like life right there. It says recording.
Yeah, it's recording. Okay, we can start. Seriously, we can start anytime.
Okay, cool. Want to just kind of do the same format as last time, or do you just want to just kind of like wing it and talk about some stuff, or do you have like the specific questions, or like what?
I want to talk about like your album, like, or not your album. It's your song "Promise," right? That you wrote.
Mm-hmm.
We want to like push that, right? Like the whole point of doing this is to get like it out there.
Yeah,
So
for me, it's not even about. It is about that, I guess. But for me
yeah.
as a musician, I'm not even really concerned. That's just my. Every musician has a. As a musician, I think you need to really clearly define what your goals are.
Mm-hmm.
I think those are always ever evolving and changing, especially when you first get into like the musical universe. Um, Whatever it is that inspires you to just start maybe playing an instrument could be a multitude of reasons. But um, I'm sorry, what was I even saying? I'm like I
Well, we're
lost.
just gonna go into the interview from that because that was really nice.
But what was
Well,
the what was
no.
the
Well, the
what we
question
talked?
is about Promise. Like it's
Oh
your,
yeah, yeah, oh yeah. So anyway,
it's your new
going into
single.
that, yeah, you're right. Thank you for reminding me. So
Yeah,
goals.
that's what I'm here
So
for.
yeah, that might be somebody's goal as an artist to, I guess, get a million views or a million likes or I mean, obviously, and everyone wants to their music to get out. And maybe some other musicians they don't. They just create music for themselves and to enhance their own their inner beings and their selves, and they don't care about what other people think, or they're not trying to go mainstream or worried about what anyone else thinks or says about it. And I think that's where I'm at, like with my musical career. I've been through a lot, and I've done it all, from playing, and living in the street to, up in the Hollywood Hills and, at the Playboy Mansion and everything in between.
Whoa, wait, back up. Wait, okay,
Like,
you were playing on the street?
yeah, no, I mean, every now and
Like
again,
when you started?
yeah. And I mean, just
Yeah.
playing street shows and, anything you can do to get a show together.
Okay.
Yeah, so street shows, street performances,
Cool.
any sort of jams. I remember like when we first got to the strip, there was this awesome jam of like all the local musicians would get together and play cover songs all night long and just jam out. And I thought that was the coolest thing ever and a great way to
Yeah.
to promote and to meet like people in the scene.
Yeah.
And that was how when my local band from New York, we moved to LA. That's how I ended up in Los Angeles. And it's funny because I thought when you said, whoa, back up, I thought you were going to ask me about the Playboy Mansion thing.
I am. I didn't forget.
And so my original band from Long Island, we moved to LA and we started crushing the strip. And we got there just at the tail end of it, unfortunately, but we got to play the Troubadour, the Key Club, we rocked the Whiskey. And then I ended up getting a job there, and it was just this awesome experience. And a great place to be, I think, just for music in general. It's changed a lot. I know just music scene in general has changed a lot. Some cities is great. Other cities, it's harder and tougher to find your niche. But music is totally about your goals with what you feel inside your heart you want to accomplish with it and do with it. And as long as you're having fun and makes you happy, that's like life right there.
That's key, right? Yeah, I agree. Well, okay, so back to the Playboy Mansion.
Yeah, so
Were you
this promoter we met, so
okay?
funny.
So wait, let's go back because I'm thinking about people, coming into this. Like, what band did you connect with that you met in LA? Like,
Yeah, so then that's how I
so
ended up meeting Crazy Town. That's a story we can
right,
talk
dun, da, da,
about.
da.
Yeah, that's a story we can
That's
talk about,
wicked.
how I met Seth and the guys.
Yeah,
But the Playboy Mansion thing, I love telling that story because that's such an awesome
let's
story.
do it.
Uh, so this promoter, we met this random promoter, and this guy's like, yeah, we have a show coming up, it's Super Bowl party. It's at the Playboy Mansion. Do you guys want to play? Right? And we're like my old band's name is like Chiba Can, we're no ones, we're just having fun on the thing, and literally like we all look at each other, we're like, no, we're like, this guy's just messing with us. Like, there's no way that he really books the Playboy Mansion. But lo and behold, he was the promoter for the I guess some of the events that they do there on a yearly basis, and they look for live acts. And
Wow,
we
that's
got to
cool.
play the Super Bowl party at the Playboy Mansion the year that the Indianapolis Colts won. I'm not sure what year that is now, but it was a while
I
back.
don't know.
Peyton
In the
Manning.
2000s, like,
Yeah, in the 2000s, like
yeah.
2009.
Okay.
And
So wait, who was Hugh married to at that time?
so this is when it was right after the show with the three girls that he really loved, Kendra and all those girls.
Okay.
And then it was the two new girls, and it was a hot mess in there.
Awesome.
It was a complete hot mess up in there. Um,
Okay,
unbelievable experience.
so
Yeah,
so we'll go back to okay, so it turns out
turns out to be real.
yeah. So
We
you
get all
show
these
up.
credentials and passes. You got to go through security, and
Wow.
we get to the sound check, and there's like flamingos walking around, and fucking
Oh,
swans,
cool.
and
That is so cool.
fucking monkeys, and like
That's so
parrots,
cool.
like amazing birds. The animals specimen like that they had there were so cool, and living harmoniously. Like I feel like they knew they were on sacred ground.
Yeah, like some tropical, like some like oasis,
Yeah.
right? For the
And there
animals.
was the famous grotto, like the grotto you pass by, and you see the lawn and the thing,
Oh
and it was
my
just like this
God.
cool experience. And so yeah, and then you're watching the Super Bowl, and I'm sitting next to Vern Troyer, mini me, and Crispin Glover, who's Marty McFly.
Get
So
the fuck out of here.
seriously, and
Dude,
then
Christopher Glover?
no, Crispin
Oh,
Glover.
Crispin. I'm sorry. I said his
Yeah, yeah.
name. Oh, so bad. It's okay. Crispin Glover.
Yeah,
I've
he was like
always
looking all pale and weird, just like he was an extremely
no.
weird character,
Oh,
very
I
weird
love
guy.
him.
And
I
then
know.
next thing
That's
you know,
why.
Corey Feldman like
He
busts
was
open the
there?
door with like his he's always has an entourage of ladies, and he's like wants everyone out because he wants to do some photo shoot in the pinball game room, and he's getting all mad. I swear to God. And like Shooter McGavin like walks around the corner. It's just like crazy stuff like that was happening every second. And you're just like, whoa,
Wow.
is this really happening? Playboy Mansion was a fantastic experience.
Did you
That's when
talk
you knew,
to
that's when we knew we were like, okay, the move
yeah.
wasn't so bad, from New York to LA.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, like I think that's one of the ultimate places you would want to end up is like the Playboy Mansion.
Yeah, so played there. I mean, Playboy Mansion we played, and I played CBGBs, so everywhere in
Oh
between, like I
man,
said,
that's
everywhere
really
in between.
that's
And that
epic.
was my original band, and then a whole lot of things happened
Yeah.
after that. Like, we ended up parting ways, and
Mhm.
I ended up playing with another awesome band that is out there that everyone should check out called Crash Karma.
Crash Karma. I feel like I've heard that.
Super amazing band. It consists of Ralph Dietl and Nikki Skistimus. And I definitely need to shout these guys out because of how amazing they were to me and how much they helped me learn and grow as a musician. Because that was really the first time after I got out of like my first experience with, everything that was my life, and I felt it was me that was all taken away. And then joining up with Ralph and Nikki, I just got a whole different perspective and learned things that I never would have learned, just being always around the same people. And they took me on tour in Europe. It was like the greatest thing ever.
That is really cool.
They then started, also recording new stuff and doing their thing. We parted ways amicably as I was looking for like the next kind of sort of project. And then Crazy Town was having an auditions for the Make America Rock Again tour.
Okay.
Which is, they had been on hiatus for a while. They had just made a comeback. And Epic and Seth were holding auditions for guitar players. And I hit up Seth on Instagram. Right? I hit him in the DM.
Ooh, nice.
I know too. It's true. I just messaged him and I was like, so this goes back a couple of years to like the Sunset Strip Music Festival. And I was working at the Whiskey Go-Go. They played. I was doing lights for them.
Okay, cool.
For Crazy Town. And I remember going up to Seth in the beginning of the show and asking him, what kind of lights do you want to see, man? Is there anything I can do that you really like? I could help you out. Do you like a lot of Leica, a lot of, I could do the Parkins? And he was like, and that's why we immediately made a report because I was using my hands, he was using his hands. And he was like, I want to see all this stuff, like lights going crazy everywhere, like a big
I got a vision.
So I did, man. I just gave him these party lights. And afterwards, I said, great show. We rapped for a little bit. And that was that. But then at the Sunset Strip Music Festival, a couple months later, I bumped into him again. I said, what's up? Reintroduced myself, which I think was like solidified, that he knew who I was. And he was like, yeah, Elias. Oh, yeah. And then when I had hit him up on Instagram for that, it wasn't like he didn't know who I was, but I actually thought he forgot after that. But then he said he remembered who I was and that actually I was in luck because they were holding auditions tomorrow.
Whoa.
And now I'm living in Atlanta. So he said tomorrow, Los Angeles, 3 p.m. And I was like, oh, man, I'm in Atlanta. And he's like, oh, wow, that's awesome. He's like, well, I'll see you tomorrow at 3. And hung up the phone.
Yeah, just see you tomorrow. That's it. Make it there.
That's it.
That's crazy.
So I did. I started to feel overwhelmed. I remember that day. I started to learn all the songs. I had to book the flight, get there, get all my equipment.
Oh, my God.
So it started to feel like a lot. And I was like going to call him and be like, thanks for the opportunity, but next time or and then a friend at the time was like, you got to go. It doesn't really matter. I had so many friends in LA and I had lived there for so long that I was like, fuck it, I'll just go see my friends. Worst case scenario, that's even a good case scenario. So when I literally rolled up to this audition like at the very second. Like I was rolling, like I had to go get all my, like I just landed, got my rental car, strolled to my buddies to get all my gear, and then went to Amp Rehearsal Studios in North Hollywood.
That is crazy.
I pushed in all this gear and then literally like I'm profusely sweating because I'm it's hot.
Talk about nerves, man. Like that's gotta be.
And they're just sitting there. So then Seth and Brett, they're just sitting there like, and I'm with their legs
all cool.
And they're just like, they just were like, all right, you ready? And
like,
yep.
Man.
And they just press play and on the tracks that they had you rehearse, and they just watched you as, I guess, a performer and whether you would, maybe be a good fit for the group.
Holy.
Did the audition. I said thank you. At the end of that, even at that moment, I was grateful. I was like, thanks for the opportunity. I didn't even really care whether I got it or not, to be honest with you.
Really? I guess is that because you think of if you did, your nerves would have stumped what you did?
No, I think that there's always nerves. That's a good question.
Oh, yeah.
There is.
I mean like super nerves. Like there's natural nervous and you can make yourself nervous, Mm-hmm. So like if you're worried, then that's a whole other different kind of like mind frame. But if you don't care, it kind of just leaves the nerves to your natural body and it's out of your head, right?
Yeah. And that's totally the space that you get into when you play music, because you could be nervous, but because of like everything that we had stated, all those years of me playing, sleeping on the street, practicing. I
Yeah.
mean, I had already been like a million times rejected, a million times gone through, been used and fucked over, and taken
Yeah.
advantage of. And
So
I've been through it
you
all.
got a tough backbone. You got a little bit of a backbone.
And all I said was, I said,
Right?
yo, not only was I thankful for the opportunity,
Yeah.
I mean, I got to see my friends, and I said, anything down the line, if like you need a helping hand, I'm here. Like, let me know. You know what I mean?
Cool. Yeah.
So I like gave the guy some hugs, some high fives, and then I left. And then Seth called me later, and he said, I'll never forget. He said, we discussed it, and we would love for you to come along and tour with us for the summer, and in on the tour, and you better not let me down.
Don't fuck this up. Don't fuck this up. Wow. That's life right there.
And then that was a really, really cool thing for, I mean,
Yeah.
to be part of a multi-platinum, even whatever experience it is, it's just a very cool thing because, of all the millions of people out there aspiring, and I hope the best for all those musicians as well. And that's why you go on your own journey. There's no right, there's no wrong, there's no amount of yeses, and there's no amount of no's. Really that.
Well, I feel like some people give up right when they hear like even the first 20 no's. It's like, you really have to push through because you don't learn. Like you won't learn anything if you don't make a mistake to figure out you did something wrong,
Yeah,
So
most of the things in music you have to learn the hard way. You're right.
yeah, and that's my life. But anyways, it's not about that. But I think it's an incredible story to share, even to any artist now who's to anybody, that the fact that you just went on a plane the next day, that whole situation would have been completely different if you didn't do that. And it seems like such an opportunity, but a lot of people would think, I can't do that in a day. I can't just go hop on a flight, like.
Oh no, and then even no, there was a fear of, if I do get this, what if he says yes and I do get in the band? And that was a fear as well. A fear of
Oh yeah,
actual
and then what?
success. No,
It's
that is a true
crazy.
thing. There is a true thing, I think, a fear of succeeding.
Yeah.
Then I knew all the sacrifice that comes along with that. I mean, since that point up until the pandemic, I haven't been home.
Crazy. Yeah, okay, so let's go back to when this whole thing started. You guys just came back from Australia, right?
Yeah, so 2016, and we've been touring consistently ever since. Then this past year we did Australia, and there was something was starting to happen with coronavirus and all that, and then
Right.
got to Mexico City. That's when our booking agent called us, and he was like, "Yo, you got to get out, and they're closing the borders tomorrow."
Oh yeah, I remember you guys were pretty tight with like the deadline.
Yeah, it was the day that they closed it. It was
Yeah.
like back in. So thank God.
Crazy.
And we were there. It was definitely strange. I didn't think it would be where we are today. I didn't realize the magnitude of that. But
so are you guys still working on music separately right now?
yeah, so we have a bunch of songs recorded. It's just that because we were going to release it as an album, but because of the pandemic,
Yeah.
like we've kind of, I guess that's changed things.
Yes, it's changed.
We have released Life I Chose with featuring Hyro the Hero.
The video's wicked.
And that was the first time. So after 4 years, that was the first song that I actually was published with Crazy Town with got writing credits. So now I feel like I'm, solidly part of this group.
Nice.
And it makes me feel like, part of the team. And I'm excited that, Seth and Epic both, at least dig some of the stuff that I can come to the table with and use it in their new stuff. So that to me is incredible. We become really good friends. They're like, really good friends of mine. And like everyone in that group, I know it's been a tumultuous time for Crazy Town. So it's never really an easy time, I don't think, for anybody, but one thing you can say is that we are always, I guess, we never
Hopeful.
give up. Yeah, we
Yeah,
never
you're
we
hopeful.
never stop. Like we love.
Mhm.
I for me, what I'm really to see the connection that Crazy Town's made with all like with people all over the world. That
Mhm.
like really, um, I don't
That's
even know
crazy.
the right word to describe it.
I would just say Crazy Town.
It's very
It's,
Crazy Town, yes, but like,
you get that a lot.
yeah, yeah, it's the perfect band for me.
That's that's in I just love your story. I honestly do. I think it's amazing. And it was funny when me and my friend, because my friend Mandy is a huge fan, especially of Seth. She loves Seth. Like, oh my God, she knows every word, like every song, everything. And you guys played in New York, like across the street, like, or well, it is literally like the states are like across the street from me, the
Mhm.
border. So you guys were in, I don't know where you were playing, somewhere in Buffalo, right? So we walked across and saw you guys, and I had no idea what to expect or anything like that. But you guys were just like selling t-shirts and stuff like at a table, and like it was like Seth was walking around and you guys were just hanging out with everybody, and it reminded me of such an old school show. And I loved that. I loved that like you guys are just so easygoing, like you sell your shirts to your fans and stuff. Like that's wicked.
That's something that I noticed about Crazy Town is super humble like that.
Like super humble. Yeah.
And they like to go. We go above and above
Yeah,
and
you
beyond
guys are fucking you
for
guys
our
are
fans
solid.
because that's who makes our life. So
Yeah.
it's a huge, yeah. They're every. You guys are everything, everything, and
Hmm.
I'm just a small part of it. Like I can't I can't fathom what it was actually like to be Crazy Town at that time, and go through that whole roller coaster ride.
Right? Like a
Um,
one-hit wonder is huge sometimes.
yeah,
Like, do you think that maybe sometimes bands who have one-hit wonders could hit a bigger mark than say like a popular band? Do you know what I mean? Like
I mean, like, what do you
if you
mean?
have a one-hit wonder, it's insane. Like people like everywhere love it. It's like the number one song. That I'm not saying that Crazy Town is that, but I'm just saying. Because you're when
Okay.
people you have to no, you have to admit when people say when I say Crazy Town, people are like, oh, the butterfly song, the butterfly
Right.
song. Like
Yes.
that's the
That's the
main.
coolest part about playing with Crazy Town, honestly, because that's what people do think, yes. But then
Yeah,
when you play a show and they see Crazy Town, they realize that there's like a whole other
there's a
side
whole
of it.
other. It's
Yeah.
so true. It is 100% true, and I am like I would be honest if about all music because I care about it so much. Like if I was turned off, I'd be like, no, like I don't like this band, but you guys are wicked live. You guys are awesome.
Thank you very
Such a
much.
no, it's such a great energy you guys
Yeah,
have.
that was the first time we saw us, and then you saw us again, right? At
In Ohio at the El Rosa.
yeah, yeah, that's right.
Oh, you weren't there.
No, 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 no. But was that so? Then when you saw us, that was. But no, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So the
No, no, no. I
last
was there both times
oh, we're
because
gonna talk about
the first
what?
time was with the band that looked like they were from medieval times. We're fucking amazing. I'm
It's
sorry. We're
yeah.
really, really great.
It's okay, yeah.
And and that was the funniest thing because Seth was like, because we were taking a bunch of pictures. Seth was like, those pictures are gonna come back to haunt me.
You well, you know what was wicked that I loved about Seth is he wanted to do a tour of all the dive bars all around.
Yeah, well,
That
those are the
is
coolest spots. That's how you
that
get
is the
it. Yeah.
coolest thing. That's the coolest thing because dive bars rule. The bar I saw you guys, the first one, the motel one, looks straight out of a Quentin Tarantino movie.
Yeah, it was something else. I
Like,
remember the sound too. It was just there. I don't think there was a like a working PA. It was
and you
like,
get like the best audiences, right?
oh yeah,
Yeah.
we have the best, the greatest. I can't.
Yeah.
Some of the situations and scenarios that we've been in and a part of
Right.
are
Oh my God. So not even so the last time we saw you was in Guelph and it was like November. of last year, I think.
Right.
I
That
don't
was
know.
at the Mexican restaurant, was it?
No, it was like a Thai
It
restaurant.
was Thai.
See, that's what I mean. People who don't know Crazy Town, like you guys played at all these cool, weird spots, man. Like this place was like in the middle of a mall.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I actually thought like that was cool because like as you're driving
it was
down and
wicked.
I'm just
The
like at
stage,
least we're here with people and it's like around the thing and like there's
yeah.
food here and it's warm.
No, but the only thing is that you guys looked all beat up. You guys looked like you walked out of a zombie apocalypse.
Oh man, dude, we went through a
Oh
lot
my
on
God.
Sorry, it's not funny, but
No, it's not funny,
now
but it's insane.
it's funny now, but at the
It's
time it
not
wasn't.
funny.
We went through a lot. We started
Mhm.
so Canada's huge, right?
Yeah.
And we started all the way in the
Water.
well, we went through Spokane, Washington, up into Canada.
Okay.
So started all the way like this way, like Vancouver right here, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then we drove all the way from Vancouver, all the way, crashed into a moose like right here. And like Wawa in like Wawa,
Oh,
Canada.
Petawawa?
In Wawa.
Oh, okay.
And then we kept, so now we crashed here and then we kept going and then went down all the way back down to the United States and then back through to Los Angeles.
Insane.
So no, we got what was coming to us. We were doing the things that you don't do. So in Canada, you don't drive at night and in a blizzard and in the middle of nowhere during
Here's how
mating,
musicians learn the hard way. This is an example.
during moose mating season.
It's not your fault. It's not your fault. Like that could have happened to anybody.
Oh man.
Okay, so I remember hearing about it. I think my friend Mandy messaged me about it right as I heard about it. And I was like, oh my God, are they okay? Are they okay? And was it your first tour in Canada?
Yeah.
Oh, great. Yeah. Yeah. So, we were like concerned, like who hits a moose and like it flew out of the car, right?
Oh, it flew. First it came into the car, then it flew out of the car.
Oh my God.
The police came. Oh no, the craziest part was before the police came.
Okay.
Fortunately, the moose did die, but
the
guy that picks up the roadkill or whatever, I guess moose meat is expensive out there because that guy was there like 20 minutes before the ambulance or the police.
Holy shit!
Like he just like that out of the woods. He just like was there. He's like, what? And the moose was gone. But so I think it's really expensive meat up there too.
It must be. I don't eat it. I don't
so
eat
lucky.
it. So.
It was a female moose, so it wasn't a male. So he didn't have antlers. Thank God, man. But
yeah,
crushed the car in half, destroyed all of our stuff,
man.
And somehow, our guardian angels were looking over us at every second of our lives and saved us from that accident. We didn't even have any broken bones or nobody, and if you had a broken leg, you'd still be like, wow, that was really lucky, Yeah. You had like a broken arm.
You're so lucky.
Fucking God. Like I almost, my eyes, thank God, like all the glass went in my eye and that was my worst thing. My sight for a little while was gone, but
your eye looks fine now.
My hands were okay. Roland was okay. Seth was okay. It was only the three of us for that run, so it was great. And then what we did was, and that's that. So now this is Crazy Town, okay?
Yeah.
We could have, I think most bands, and I think most people in the whole world, because especially it's something that definitely we wanted to do, be like, yo, we're going home. That's it. Tour's over.
Yeah.
But
we're leaving.
We made our show the very next day. Like we did everything we needed to do, like in sequential order. And even the policeman was like, there's no way you guys are going to continue on and even like find a hotel. Like I found everything we needed to do. We got all of our stuff. We went to the rental car. We got a new car, put all of our stuff that we could, spoke with what we needed to get at the next show. We made it all happen and we finished the tour.
That's crazy. It is. We saw you guys. Yeah, we saw you guys the next day. You guys look like you're all beaten up.
So that's when so going back to that's why we look like the zombie apocalypse.
Yes. Yeah.
And that's why that Thai food place, as weird as it was just so dope, because it was warm, inviting, great
It
food.
was.
And that was
You
such
guys were tired, man. You guys were tired.
Oh
I
yeah, and they made me
remember.
tired, and we went on at like 3 a.m.
I know. Yeah, remember? The
Well, I
one I
remember there
remember
was one
that.
kid who played the entire Tool compendium, and I was just like, or he
Like,
played like
please.
10,000 Leagues, but he played like the whole album.
I know.
Best
I was
instrument.
getting tired, man. I remember sitting there and you guys were like, have some water or whatever. I was like, I'm like falling asleep.
I know. Sometimes as a band too, you sit there and there's only so much to, talk about and do, and then you could wanna. That's why I feel like it's when you get to an even bigger level, or like the biggest level where everything is more routine. I think that makes a big difference. If your routine,
Right.
then that can really help on the road. When your routine is all out of whack and stuff changes every day, it's much harder to maintain your health on the road. It's much,
Mm-hmm.
eating healthily, maintaining that, and maintaining a good sleep cycle, and your health is just all that is so important on the road. So a
Yeah.
routine is definitely necessary.
Cool. Because you guys are like family, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Those fans are like family.
Well, especially when you almost, when you crash into a moose and get mushed into a cube together.
That'll put you through some stuff.
That's a tight bond that you can't. I remember we took an
Yeah.
awesome photo of us, like it was Halloween a couple of days before it all happened, and we took this awesome photo. We went to like that, in the mall where they have that place where you can dress up in like different
Oh
scenarios.
yeah, yeah.
Man, we took this awesome photo. I don't know if you can find it or something, and then just like flash it now.
Yeah. Okay, I'll
I
see.
can send it to you actually. It's just such an
Okay.
awesome photo. And
Okay.
like I feel like this photo describes us three. Like we would have been a gang, me back in the day in the Wild West.
Nice. I think I know what photo you're talking about.
Yeah,
I
that's
do.
what I mean. It was so good.
That's wicked. Crazy times, man. So you wrote your own song, Promise. It's your new
Yeah, so
single.
the future for ET 003, as you can find me, my handle is ET003. Is that I'm
Yeah.
going to be writing my own music, which I think to me is
Mm-hmm.
I think is the, the best, and I
Yeah.
love the quality of music that I'm writing at this point. I just released a song called Promise with my buddy Tommy, and you can find that everywhere. It's about the times we're going through right now. That's what inspired the lyrics,
Oh,
and
cool.
it's I love writing with Tommy. He's from Atlanta. I'm already made music group AMMG, and he's with Sony BMG. Great writing team with some great artists. Also,
Nice.
shout out, to Tommy Doyle. He's the man. So he's got
All
a
right.
great knack for singing. And now right now I just have so much music. I'm just kind of just rifling through the things that I want to release, how I want to release it, what I want to do. I
I
don't really.
know. You
It's a
got
lot of work.
time. You got
A lot of
time.
effort. It's a lot of effort and work and time. And besides, all the other things in life. Now you have to. There's a time also where you can work on your house and do the house maintenance that you need. You have to.
Yeah.
I've been taking this time to since everything just kind of changed with music, just go back to school a little bit. I've been taking some
Mm-hmm.
classes, on the internet.
Oh, what are you taking? If you
And
want to share.
yeah,
What are you
so I've
taking?
been taking lifespan and developmental psychology, actually.
Ooh, that sounds interesting.
Yeah, very, very
Yeah.
interesting stuff. I've been reading some cool stuff.
Yeah.
Like things that I feel like now, as a 8-year-old male,
Yeah.
I understand more than if I'm reading it as a 18-year-old college student.
So true.
So I just
I'm
make
yeah,
so much,
books are great right now.
right?
Yeah.
Reading just in
I
general is just grown for me.
yes. Yeah. Absolutely.
Gaining knowledge, learning about all the systems in the house, like just being prepared for being
Yeah.
prepared. Staying away
Yep.
from, everyone's like, where are you? You're not posting. I try to stay away from 24-hour news cycles and social media anxiety, because it's just
Yeah.
not productive for me, and it doesn't put me in a good space mentally. So
For sure.
I try to steer clear of that. or at least use it as like a positive outlet, I guess. And
yeah, you know what? That's great. I agree, because I think getting fogged up with things that you can't really change right now is just, for artists, I don't know about you, but I get like tunnel vision kind of. So
oh yeah,
like I get into, you know, if I'm in a mode, if I start watching too much news, I'll start to really think about it, and then I'll like start worrying or something, you know, or it just makes me upset.
but you can't really see this, huh?
Oh, you can't. Is that the picture? Or
No,
what is
this is
that?
like, oh yeah, this is my daily activity.
Oh, cool. So what are you at?
8 minutes.
8 minutes. Oh shit, that's good.
I mean,
Dude, we should have a competition.
like who uses it less and like can vanish off the face of the earth.
Exactly.
Oh man. But
Well,
yeah.
yeah, I'm glad you're doing well. You seem like you're in an amazing spot. So, like,
Well,
as much as you can
This is the
be.
Viz show. I'm excited to be on the Viz show.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
That's
cool.
good. Yeah.
All right, Aaron. So just
Okay,
call me when you
buddy.
know.
I'll be in touch.
We'll continue it up. All right.
Okay, sounds
Bye,
good.
Abby. Good
Bye.
night.
Say bye. Bye. Take care.